My liberal arts degree has served me really well.
I was watching a video by Mike Rowe, and Mike Rowe is most people know him as the Dirty Jobs guy, but he's been the most outspoken person regarding people working in the trades. He also has a foundation that helps people succeed in that goal. He posted a video, and I wanted to break down so we can see the reality of this situation in more depth.
We have $1.5 trillion in outstanding student loans, thousands of college graduates unable to find work in their chosen field, thousands more who dropped out before graduating but still in debt, and millions of good jobs that nobody's trained to do or even excited about exploring.
Let's break down what he said regarding college. He didn't tell you a specific number, but only about 60% of college attendees even graduate college. And those who do graduate college, only 40% of those actually go into a field related to what they studied. Now, let's break that down. You might wonder, okay, 60% isn't bad. That's over half. 40%, that's a little bit under half. That's not bad. Let's break down the numbers and see exactly how many that is. On average, you have 18 million people going to college each year. From that 18 million, 60% is about 10 million people who actually graduate college. Now let's break that down even more. From those 10 million graduates, 40% of that, that's only 4 million people who get a job related to even what they studied. If you look at that, that's about 20% of people who have a hope and a dream and a goal of when they go to college who even succeed in that. I thought I'd share that just so you get an idea of how many people that actually represents. Let's continue.
Student loan crisis is exactly that. It's a crisis, and the cost of college is out of control. My foundation offers scholarships to people who want to be trained for jobs that actually exist.
He's right about a lot of things. Parents and teachers have been telling students not to go in the trades for years and years and years. If kids try to get into the trades, it's difficult and there's not a clear path. They have all these hurdles to jump through that really makes them feel like they're not living up to expectations or that they're failing in life. That's what it really comes down to. If kids finally do go into the trades, they're met with disgruntled people who don't want them there. People aren't trained properly. When they have an older guy try to train these guys, they don't want to do it because it's such a high turnover rate. They don't think these guys are going to last, and they don't even give them a chance. Young people also disrespected severely in the trade. You'll hear it all the time. These lazy kids, they always on their phones. They don't know how to work. They don't know work ethic. They're lazy. They're yelled at. I've been there and I've seen it. If you make one tiny mistake, or if you don't know something, you will get yelled at relentlessly. It makes no sense, and I don't see how this even helps the situation. It kind of reminds me of the quote from Remember the Titans. Attitude is a reflection of leadership. So when these guys, these journeymen, or even these helpers coming in, if everyone has a bad attitude, you got to look at the leadership that goes into that. It can also be very challenging for guys to get into unions. A lot of people say, oh, just join the union. They'll train you. Yeah, people try. They apply. And what happens? They're on a call list for years waiting, and they never get a call back. A lot of guys are even having trouble finding a job that will even hire them. They'll go to these certain companies and they'll ask, hey, are you guys hiring? Or they'll just send 1 million applications online and they'll get 0 responses. Some of them don't even know where to look. They don't even know how to apply for these jobs. They don't even know what they're even looking for. And then when they do get a job, especially depending on the trade, you're going to have to accumulate a large inventory of tools. And when you break down, a lot of guys, especially young guys, just want to be seen as useful. They want to do something. They want to be given the opportunity to do something. I think people inherently want to be seen as useful. They want to be seen as capable and respected. That's kind of what I feel everyone wants, and maybe that's what I've observed. What can we do to solve these problems? These guys are having trouble getting into unions or finding jobs. If you go to Micro's website, MicroWorks, he actually has a jobs that actually exist page. They're synced to ZipRecruiter. Whatever ZipRecruiter posts, it's just mirrored on their website. So you can go to their website, or you can go to ZipRecruiter and just search for jobs. I mean, you should probably go to Mike Rowe's website. That way it gets more traffic and it looks better for him. Like I said, it's hard for them to find jobs, so they don't know where to look. And sometimes even just applying for jobs is a chore of itself and doesn't guarantee anything, especially if you have 0 experience. So what we could possibly do is maybe we use our influence to help them get a job or get into these trades, or maybe the unions or companies be more receptive to hiring and teaching and training new people, because you don't have to go to trade school. You don't. Trade school's nice, trade school's good, but you will learn everything on the job. Granted, it takes more time. Trade school is a little fast track to it, and you can go to trade school while you're working. A lot of companies have sponsors or work with certain companies to actually send you to school while you're working for them. So it's a win-win. You get free schooling out of it. Maybe there's something we could do, since these guys have to acquire a lot of tools. Maybe we could help them out. Maybe we could work with DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita. Maybe we could work with all these tool brands and Crescent and to help them get supplied or a head start on the main tools they need for that job. Some companies do provide power tools, and other companies want you to provide your own power tools. But that can be another thing we help with. Of course, we got to be careful, because a lot of guys will try to abuse the system saying, hey, let's get some free tools. Yeah, no, this should be for people who actually want to get in this trade and want to be dedicated to learn the industry, because we need people like that. And there are actually more people than you would think who are interested and are willing to do this type of work. I want to work with a lot of these guys, showcase what these jobs are all about, and to help showcase how to get these type of jobs, as well as the tools, equipment, and knowledge for these jobs. Of course, pay is another factor. Starting off, you'll get paid decent. You're not going to get paid minimum wage. Nobody gets paid minimum wage when they're first starting out, especially in construction. If you're working on trade as a helper, you're not paid minimum wage. You're paid lower wages, but once you get out of the helper and apprentice spot in your career, you're going to be making so much money, and you can really do whatever you want and go wherever you want and work for whoever you want, because you're no longer expendable. You're a necessity. You have created value around yourself, and that's really what we're looking for. We want you to give yourself value. Let me know in the comments on anything I missed, maybe anything I can talk about or bring up, any ideas you guys have on ways we can help. Go check out Mike Rowe's stuff. Everyone knows who he is. I don't know why I'm saying this. Everybody knows who Mike Rowe is. Everybody. Good luck, guys.